Hi everyone, it's Anne, Crafty Kimchi. Welcome back to my channel. I am back with a fun project share slash tutorial. I was asked to show how I made my little rainbow, and this one's actually a large size. I could have gone smaller, but I started my first one with this. It's the size of my hand. I can go smaller, and I probably will. I just wanted to make my first template, and I love how this came out. I put a little pom-poms on the side, pom-poms for the clouds, and yeah, it's super cute. And for the next one, I just set up a little template. I hung like some beads on top, and I plan on making this a hanging element only because I want, I guess, whoever I give this to be able to hang it. And I just started with the basics only to help speed up my process. And I have this last one that I will be doing this with you. But basically what I have is this rope that I purchased off Amazon, and I'll leave a link down below. I didn't have any rope in my stash, and since there are very limited resources, Michael's actually in New York has closed down, and then I just didn't want to deal with the shipping and whatnot, so I went to my other best friend, Amazon. So I ordered this, and it came with a lot, so I'm super happy about that. And you will need to tape the ends. I've done the liberty of doing so here. I've used some basic painter's tape. I think that this is just, it was easy. The rope, what I have found is that it'll start to untwist and then unravel, and when you're wrapping, it actually becomes harder and it'll lose its shape. And it's just better to keep its form and to know where to end if you put the painter's tape. So I always start with the outer layer first, only because you want to know how big your rainbow will be, and then you start cutting shorter strips for the insides. So for example, kind of gauge the rope and cut on a shorter end from the next level. So you kind of know what your little rainbow is going to look like. So that's that. Anyways, it's really not brain surgery. I took some, for this outer layer and this one as well, I used some baby yarn and some stuff that I had in my stash. It's like a chenille yarn, and it's super soft and fluffy, and I love this, and I love the pastel colors. So it was super nice, and you can do different textures. I've seen others have used regular yarn. For these, I did use crochet thread, and I just have a ton from like my tassel making days. So again, I'm using crochet thread for the other layers, and this one I had completed, and I'll just show you how I wrap and get this ready. So just take an end, and I just start wrapping from the end, and there's no rhyme or reason. I just try to keep it a little neat, and just keep wrapping. Okay, so now that I've finished wrapping the rope, I am just going to put a small dollop of glue on the end and just wrap over it just to secure the ends. Okay, and just like that. And then this is where I pull off the tape, and we will start unraveling the rope and brushing it out. Now, I would suggest if you had a dog brush, I know they sell them at the Dollar Tree. Unfortunately, I have not left my house, so so I am just using what I have in my stash, and it's not very glamorous, but it is what it is. And I am actually using a brand new replacement toothbrush for my toothbrush. And it is not exciting, but it has proven to be somewhat effective. I like to separate it with my fingernails only to get it going, and then I'll just brush it out. So it does look a little crazy, but I trim the ends after it's done, just to give it a little bit of evenness amongst everything. And yeah, a dog brush would be optimal for this project, only because it gets into the nitty-gritty better. You would think a toothbrush would work, but yeah, I'm not having the supplies available. I've just kind of been figuring out ways to be thrifty. And I'm sorry for the lighting. It's like sunsetting in New York over here. I just finished my work day. I hope all is well with everyone, or at least as well as it can be. We are trying to stay positive, and some days are easier than others, right? But creating this rainbow was a little bit of happiness, for me at least, because my crafty mojo has been a little bit on the slow side. I just haven't really felt like creating, and my friend Wanda had told me to get going on this, so here I am. Okay, so that's what that looks like. So it does look like a crazy straw or something, and this is where I'm going to start building my rainbow. So I'm just gonna fit it in here. I'm just gonna zoom in a little bit, see how cute that looks already. Oh, so cute. I'm just gonna use a little mat over here as I get my glue going, and you're just gonna want to bend the first the little baby layer in a kind of a ovalish shape, because this is going to build the shape for the other layers of the rainbow. And what I'm going to do here, I'm going to get my little glue finger, is just hold down the hairs, and I am just going to go on the inside, or the outside rather, and just kind of put layers of hot glue to get this going. And take the next layer and just adhere to this glued area. Okay. And I just had an idea. Just want to kind of tuck in the glue, just press it together so all the layers are stuck. And I just like to do it in layers only because the glue tends to dry fast. So, okay, so that's okay. I'm just going to go in here and put another glob of glue. And just use this to kind of squish back the icky spider glue mess. Okay. And then I'm just going to go towards the end. And then this will be the last little bitty area. Okay. This is so cute already. Okay. And then just kind of make sure everything is nice and tight. Okay, and now I'm going to just pick the little glue areas, the excess glue, and then I am going to glue my fuzzy end to this last rainbow piece. Look how cute that is already. Okay, so I'm just going to do the same thing, put glue on one side and get that right and nestled in. Push it in. Okay. And there are tons of tutorials, I'm sure, way better than mine. But I thought everyone can use a little inspiration and re-inspire someone, right? Okay. Just going to glue the last end, and then we will be done with this part of the rainbow. And as you can see, it's like far from perfect. It looks crazy. And I will be trimming the ends only because like the hairs are all over the place. Over here I started the rope at a much different end, and I'm just going to show you how I covered up the one that I made. So I also thought of adding this little pearls on the gluey areas in between, only to kind of like hide the ugly. I think I kind of like that. That looks kind of cute. Or I could just leave it plain. Maybe on the inside layer. No, that doesn't fit well. Okay, all right, well that's out. See? Part of the creative process. So I'm just going to go and start trimming the rainbow ends before I go and do the pom-poms. Just get it a little aligned. I'm just going to cut the ends. Give it a little haircut. Calm the crazy a little bit. That looks already a lot better. And this is fairly easy to do, and I think it'll be a nice little, I even thought about putting on a card. How fabulous would that be? Or making this into a keychain, or I don't know. So many different options. Okay, I'm just going to trim a little bit. Some ends are a little bit crazier than others. And I am by far not a professional, but this is very soothing and peaceful when done. Okay, all right, that's the best it's going to be. Just get this mess out of the way. And at the ends, like I did on this one, I did love adding the pom-poms. Unfortunately, I had no more of these peach colored pom-poms, so I'm going to go with an all white base and just add them around. And let's just see how that looks. And these are for the clouds. Okay. Just getting them pre-aligned. And I'm just going to start gluing. And just place the pom-poms on the end. Glue gun is such an amazing necessity. Look what you can do with a little glue. Okay. It's already coming out so cute. Okay. And for this, I just used some kitchen baking twine. And I don't know, I didn't have anything, and I wanted, you could use ribbon, and I taped the ends to slip the beads in easier. I haven't figured out how I want to make the tying element, but I do like the beads on top. I think it just gives it a little bit extra. And then I am going to add these little sparkly pom-poms to mimic a cloud. And to cover up my mistakes of the shortness of the wrapping. It's just an easy way to cover up the ugly. So, okay, I think that looks good. I think it keeps the the fibers or the tails a little bit less, I don't know, crazy. Just adding pom-poms. And I think that's it. So I hope you guys found inspiration, and I love, do you prefer the danglies or do you prefer it without? Let me know your thoughts. I hope you found inspiration. I, again, will leave links down below to the rope that I purchased, and try your best to just use the stuff that you have in your stash. And I'll see you in the next video, everyone. Bye.